Hey guys, I'm showing you how to put on the rubber bands to my Knex FMG-9 Slim. If you don't know what that is, then head on to my other video. It should be, if you click that thing up there, right about here, and bring down to my other videos, it should be right before this one. And it's the FMG-9 Slim, and if you want to build this gun, actually, you can go to Knex Innovation on the underbar link. Go to the underbar, and you can get the link to go build this gun. And this is what I'm showing you, where to put the rubber bands if you've already built it. So most of the people who are watching this video are watching on Knex Innovation. So this is how you put on the rubber bands. Let me unfold it. There. There. Now, here is this big rubber band. This is for the folding stock, and you're going to need this because this is the only way it's going to be able to fold. I would suggest putting this piece on here, and all it is just a, if you can see it, it's a gray or red connector with a silver, black, or white rod connected on the end, so you can actually put the rubber band on. You don't have to do this, but I did this because I just think it's a little bit better at its folding procedure. So, and then on the back, you might want to take that piece off. I just took it off just because I want to. But take off that piece that was right here, and you can put the rubber band right there, and it works perfectly. There is one little problem when you're folding it. I'm still going to fix that, maybe. I don't know. I'm going to fix it. But when you fold it, the rubber band gets caught on the ram, and you can see it getting caught on the ram. And it's just because this is so very thin when it goes down. But that's the only problem with that. Rubber bands for the handle or the trigger. There is one rubber band right here that you're going to have to put a rubber band through it. Right here. Put a rubber band through it, and then even it out and actually pull the rubber band on both ends, and then put a green rod right in there, and it should work perfectly. Where to put the ends of the rubber band is kind of difficult. If you take apart the gun, and when you're building the gun, this whole entire panel can come off. And before you put any of the rubber bands, like I suggest you do this, is you take off that panel on this side, and then there's going to be a white rod right here, the white rod closest to the end of the gun. You're going to want to put both ends of the rubber band on here. One end of the rubber band on here, and then one on the other side, and it should work perfectly. You can actually see it moving right there with the rubber bands coming into play. Right there. I have one rubber band, a red rubber band there, just to help out when it unfolds, so it goes faster and it doesn't mess up so bad. And it doesn't really mess up. But for me, it just did, and I fixed it. And you're getting the instructions for that, so you don't have to worry about that. One thing that does happen with this gun is the trigger does get stuck if you are holding the handle forward, which I suggest you not do. If you have it locked or the pin pulled back and it locked in, and you pull it forward, it's going to fire off just like soul killers. So what I suggest you do when you're firing this gun is put it on your shoulder and then pull back the handle. But yeah, I'm going to have the pin in there. Pull back on the handle and then pull the trigger, and then it'll work better. Because if you have it in place, or you have it a little forward, and you pull down the trigger, this will happen. You'll put it in, and then you'll hold back the handle, and it'll lock in place. And that's only because of the connectors that are inside of there. And if you pull the handle forward, it should pop out. But just remember that rubber band real quick. And then the other rubber band for the trigger is it's underneath. It's actually right here inside this piece here. You can see it actually going up. And what I suggest you do for that is take the rubber band and pull it through the system. You can see it in there. You can see it going around. It goes through here from right here, and it goes through the Knex, and then it goes around here, and then clip this piece on, just like you did the last rubber band. Is you take off the thing, but you can just unclip a couple of these pieces and put this rubber band on like I did. Same for the other side. So make sure you're getting this right. Well, this rubber band, yeah, it's the same way. So make sure you're getting this right. If you refer back to this video when you're putting on the rubber bands, I think you should follow putting on the rubber bands when you're doing this. Okay. Now that's for the trigger. You don't really have to worry anything about else with the trigger. But now on to structural support. I would do this after you put on the trigger rubber bands, and it doesn't really matter for the RAM because the RAM you can do any other time. Now here are the structural rubber bands. These will help out with keeping the panels on, because if you build this gun, you're going to see the panels falling off, and that's only because it's so thin. I can't get it to be any better than this. So what you need to do is, you see this rubber band here, see it right here, this blue one, get a small rubber band and double it around and put it, you can see the rubber band, put it right here. So put it from here, go around the whites, not around the whites, but into the side, like right there. Bring it out through here, put it on this white rod, and then slip it through right here and onto the other side, out through there, under the yellow, and back around. So, or back around here. So just slip it through all the way around, and that will keep this side from coming off. I suggest you do this because if I took this rubber band off, well, what would mainly happen was the front of the panel would just slide off. But the rubber band for the trigger does help out with structural support, because you see it going around the Knex pieces. It keeps it together in the center.